Hello guys, I wanted to talk with you today about the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which was hosted over the weekend, and it was hosted by, well, the comedian who kind of hosted the thing was Trevor Noah, and so this is actually the first time that this has been done in about 3 years. It's been since 2019 when the last White House Correspondents' Dinner was done. And it's actually been, I believe it's been since 2016 that the actual sitting president was there. Donald Trump wasn't a fan of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the history of that is still pretty amusing when you think about how when Obama had one of his Correspondents' Dinners, Trump was one of the guests, and Seth Meyers, comedian Seth Meyers, he roasted Don pretty good, and so did Obama too. Obama roasted him too, basically, because Obama's got those political chops. So, and of course, then that pretty much one could argue that White House Correspondents' Dinner and Trump's embarrassment caused him to run for president in the first place in 2016. So, but anyway. Although he got quite a bit of interest running anyway, but it seemed like he had a personal vendetta against Obama at that point, and of course he became the next president after Obama. But anyway, so in this Correspondents' Dinner, Trevor Noah, he criticizes Biden somewhat, so I'll give him credit there. He criticizes him about inflation and gas prices and things like that. Basically things that Biden has almost no control over are the things that he criticized Biden about. I know that Trevor Noah also gave kind of a tongue bath to corporate media. He talked about how journalists in our country receive so much better treatment, and we live in such a free press society compared to a country like Russia, which naturally, given the current state of affairs with Russia and Ukraine, anybody in our political elite is taking any chance they can to take a swipe at Russia. So that seemed to be what that was about. But I heard a recent poll said that that judged and ranked nations by their level of press freedom. I think it ranked the United States of America at like number 40, like 44. And I think we got like a C on, we got like a C average on press freedom, and those numbers are down from, and our ranking and our position is down over the years, and that's considering the fact that many nations, if not most nations, are experiencing a similar decline in press freedom. It's a terrifying trend that we're seeing. But Trevor Noah doesn't seem interested in that nuance. Instead, he seemed more interested in criticizing, taking pot shots at Sean Hannity, Kellyanne Conway, Chris Wallace, Joe Rogan. I don't know who all was in attendance, but I doubt that Joe Rogan was there. That would surprise me. But anyway, so Trevor Noah takes a lot of partisan shots at Fox. Fox is kind of the more right-wing pundits he took shots at. He even took a shot at Joe Rogan, even though Joe Rogan's more of a leftist than Trevor Noah, at least as far as like who he endorsed and voted for. He was a fan of Bernie Sanders, but so Trevor Noah does that. He also criticizes. He makes a joke about Fox News asking about Hunter Biden's laptop, as if the Hunter Biden basically he dismisses the Hunter Biden laptop story. So Trevor Noah isn't interested in it, even though it's been proven, even though we know where it came from. It's legitimate, and nobody can really disparage what content was there via the information about his corruption with Chinese banks, or his various explicit photos of him in sex or drug use acts. So the information that was on that laptop, it can't really be discredited, but then again, that all was torn apart, and well, it was all suppressed and covered, and it's been, it hasn't gotten the true justice it deserves since 2020, even though it was major election meddling to suppress that story on Twitter and a variety of other places. But anyway, so Trevor Noah did a pretty hacky job in general. I guess the jokes about Biden were kind of funny, but in all, he's really not a great comedian. He's not a great. I mean, he really doesn't fill the shoes, not even close to the shoes that Jon Stewart. He doesn't come close to filling Jon Stewart's shoes there. In fact, frankly, I don't think that Trevor Noah should be on the Daily Show at all, based on his citizenship. He may be an American citizen now, but he was not born. He's not a born American. He's a foreign immigrant who can't ever really have the true insight of a born and bred American. It just doesn't. We should take consideration to put people in positions like this who. Like Stephen Colbert, at least, and Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, at least, they both were American through and through, and I question the integrity and allegiances of anybody who, in that position, who's from another country. It would be nice if they had picked somebody who had America's interests and only America's interests at heart, and when it comes to that, I don't think Trevor Noah fits the bill, and he really isn't impressing anybody with his performance here. And the whole White House Correspondents' Dinner has been a joke and a publicity stunt for many years. It was a joke even before Trump stopped going and before COVID caused the 3 years of it not existing. So there's really not much use for it. It's really just one of those DC political insider group events where they poke fun, left pokes fun at right. It's a comedian, so it's almost always going to be someone liberal poking fun at everyone else. In this case, particularly heavy on right-wing figures, and apparently Joe Rogan is considered a right-wing figure. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but anyway, I mean, Trevor Noah's a hack, and the White House Correspondents' Dinner is an embarrassing display that shouldn't be taken seriously by anyone. Thank you.